We're a family of missionary servants. So we're a family who we're called to be missionaries. Like, we're here on the earth sojourning until we're in heaven, and we really have one call. It's to bring God glory in all that we do. We need to be intentional about calling the body to be the body. We were not created to live this life alone. Like, we were created for other people in our life. We really need to be empowering each person to live out their identity as part of this body of Christ. We're not this group that just stays together like a clique and just hangs out and loves being together, because we're living with a focus to reach and minister to other people. Our discipleship happens in the missional communities. Our encouragement happens in the missional community. Our confrontation for sin, our care for each other. If you have needs, they get met by your missional communities. If we're to be a people who make disciples, we have to do more than just go to church once a week. We have to really live out what it means to be the church. And we found that getting into these groups, these missional communities, help us to do that better.
The name itself helps define it. I mean, it's a community of people who are living on mission, which you could ideally define the church at large as a missional community. But when we think of missional communities as sort of a core structure of what our church is, we're looking at a community of people who have a common mission.
It's refreshing. It's a way to be accepted without any perimeters.
A missional community it's kind of like the building block of a church. It's a group of people who are family. We treat each other like family. We help each other out when any of us has a need.
The missional community has been really beneficial to my kids as far as, helping them to grasp the concept that we are the church, that we don't go to church.
If you've never seen a group living on mission together, it looks weird. But if you read through the book of Acts, it's what it was. Like, you see that happening. You see Paul going into an area, he appoints leaders, he appoints people to lead the church, and then they live on mission together and reach that area.
And we're also missionaries. We've been called to be part of a city, and we've been called to reach that city for Jesus.
The idea of a missional community is strange, but it's strange because it's just culturally not happening. Yet, even though it's culturally not happening, what we find is people are longing for identity. They're longing to be part of something.
And I feel like this is where I was supposed to be, and this is my family, and this is how families should be.
The missional community itself is a more outward focus. So we're looking at not just how can we be fed or how can we consume, but how can we give, how can we bless, how can we feed, in essence, those around us.
And what we as the church are saying is like that identity is in Jesus. And so if we're in Jesus, it means we're part of this family. And it means we're part of living out the mission as sons and daughters together.